We all remember when Beyonce and Solange looked like the definition of sister goals. They were always talking about how much they loved each other's kids, showing up for school events, and making it clear that the cousins would grow up more like brothers and sisters than distant relatives. Beyonce was constantly spending time with Jules. Blue was also often right there with her aunt. But now, that close family bond seems a lot less warm. According to ongoing rumors, the tension between the sisters may have started affecting the younger generation too. Some reports even claim that Blue Ivy and Solange are no longer getting along. That has left a lot of people wondering what could have happened behind those private gates to change the family dynamic so much. Did Solange become frustrated with the intense level of privacy surrounding the Carter children? Or did Blue Ivy's rapid rise into the spotlight create unexpected friction within the family? That is exactly what many people have been trying to figure out.
I'm so in love with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna hold you and kiss.
On the surface, Solange has always had the image of the cool, creative aunt with a unique style and independent spirit. But according to speculation, things may be far more complicated in private. Rumors suggest Solange holds some very traditional views about how teenagers should carry themselves. Reports also claim that Blue is not exactly interested in following those opinions. Based on what people have been saying, this is only one part of the reported tension. Solange has long built her image around being the independent, alternative artist in the family. She has often been seen as someone who follows her own path instead of chasing mainstream trends. Blue Ivy, meanwhile, has grown up in a completely different world. As the daughter of two global superstars, she has been surrounded by extraordinary wealth, private travel, exclusive events, and opportunities that most people can only imagine. Another topic that has sparked a lot of discussion is the amount of public attention Blue receives at a young age. When she appeared during promotional events connected to Mufasa, some people online debated whether certain fashion choices and styling decisions made her look older than her age. Critics argued that young celebrities often face pressure when they are presented in ways that attract intense public scrutiny. Others felt there was nothing unusual about a child from an entertainment family taking part in major public events and dressing for the occasion. Many commenters shared different opinions about how young public figures should be introduced to the spotlight. Some believe that receiving constant praise for appearance at a young age can create unrealistic expectations. Others argued that confidence, fashion, and public appearances are simply part of growing up in a famous family. For some observers, these conversations became part of a larger debate about Beyonce and Jay-Z's parenting style. Over the years, people have often speculated about how much freedom Blue Ivy has and what life is really like behind the scenes. Jay-Z even joked during a special edition of Oprah's Masterclass that he expected Blue might end up being very spoiled, showing a playful side while discussing lessons he learned about parenting from his mother. Like, he literally said, "I imagine I'll take things I learned from my mom and things I've learned from raising my nephews and apply that. I'll probably have the worst spoiled little kid ever." That quote has been brought up again and again over the years. Because of that, some people now point to it while discussing rumors about disagreements within the family. According to online speculation, there are claims that Solange has questioned certain parenting choices, though none of these rumors have been confirmed. Recently, social media has been buzzing with claims that Solange is not a fan of the extremely luxurious lifestyle surrounding Blue Ivy. From high-profile events to exclusive fashion moments, some people believe Solange sees things very differently. Others argue that growing up in one of the world's most famous families naturally comes with experiences that most teenagers will never have. A lot of these rumors are tied to the contrast between their backgrounds and perspectives. Solange came up during an era that many people describe as demanding and highly disciplined. Industry veterans often talk about intense rehearsals, constant training, and a strong emphasis on professionalism. Because of that, online theories have suggested that Solange may have different expectations when it comes to public behavior and handling fame. One rumor that gained attention claimed Solange was unhappy about Blue's conduct at the 2026 Met Gala. The story, making the rounds online, alleged that Blue was reluctant to remove her sunglasses despite repeated requests. As with many celebrity rumors, these claims remain unverified and continue to spark debate among fans.
Look at this one right here. Dad. Over the shoulder. Turn. Jason. Beyonce right there. Beyonce. Get on with that. To your elbow. Your daddy and daughter.
According to online rumors, the sunglasses story was only one small piece of a much bigger situation. Some fans believe the reported tension goes far beyond a single public moment. In fact, speculation has connected it to family events that happened years ago and continue to be discussed more than a decade later. Many people still remember the widely reported 2014 elevator incident at the Standard Hotel. At the time, Blue Ivy was very young, but the footage and headlines quickly became one of the biggest celebrity stories of the year. Now that Blue is older, some commentators have speculated about how she may view that moment if she has seen the same clips and discussions that have circulated online for years. Of course, no one outside the family knows her actual thoughts on the situation. It is no secret that Blue and Jay-Z have often been seen together at major events. Fans have watched them attend basketball games, walk through high-profile venues, and appear side by side at award shows. Because of that close public bond, some online discussions have suggested that Blue may feel especially protective of her father. Those claims remain speculation, but they have fueled countless conversations about possible family dynamics behind closed doors. The idea of unresolved tension has led some people to wonder whether old issues could still create awkward moments at family gatherings. Again, there is no public evidence confirming any conflict, but that has not stopped fans from building theories around past events and relationships. Adding another layer to the discussion, there have also been reports about comments allegedly made by Blue's grandfather, Matthew Knowles. According to those reports, he expressed concerns about young people entering the demanding entertainment industry too early. Some observers interpreted those remarks as broader reflections on the pressures of fame and public life. Others connected them to ongoing conversations about Blue's growing presence in music and entertainment, though the exact meaning behind the comments has remained open to interpretation. According to ongoing rumors, Solange shares some of the concerns that have been raised about young people growing up in the public eye. Fans often point out that when she raised her son, Jules, she generally kept him away from intense media attention and celebrity headlines. Many believe she preferred giving him as much privacy as possible during his childhood. Blue Ivy, on the other hand, has been in the spotlight since birth and was already appearing at major entertainment events before reaching her teenage years. Some online theories suggest that differences in opinion about fame and public exposure may have created disagreements within the family. Speculation has even claimed that Solange may have questioned how much attention Blue receives. If those conversations ever happened, some fans believe they could easily be misunderstood or taken personally. However, there is no public confirmation that such discussions took place. Jules has also become part of the conversation. Over the years, some people have noticed that Blue and Jules are not frequently seen together in public and have used that observation to build theories about possible family tension. Others argue that public appearances reveal very little about private relationships and that family members can remain close without constantly being photographed together. Another rumor making the rounds focuses on their very different career paths. While Jules has explored interests in fashion and music, Blue has already achieved major milestones at a remarkably young age, including industry awards and a huge fan following. Some commentators believe that level of attention naturally shifts the spotlight toward her whenever the family is discussed. A few online theories even suggest that differing levels of fame among family members may have created uncomfortable dynamics. Still, these claims remain unverified, and the true nature of their relationships is known only to the people involved. But what if the rumors are completely missing the mark? Plenty of fans believe the story is actually the exact opposite of what social media gossip suggests. They point to years of public moments that seem to show Solange being one of Blue Ivy's biggest supporters. According to those fans, there is no solid evidence of any real conflict, and most of the drama exists only on online speculation. When Blue first performed on a major stage at a young age, the internet was flooded with opinions and criticism about her dancing. One of the people who publicly showed support was Solange. Fans quickly noticed her sharing clips and celebrating Blue's performance on social media. She appeared genuinely excited and proud, cheering on her niece while many others were busy picking apart every detail. There are also plenty of family photos and behind-the-scenes moments that paint a very different picture from the rumored feud. Over the years, fans have seen images and videos showing Solange and Blue laughing together, spending time together, and looking completely comfortable around one another. Blue has also attended Solange's performances in creative events, which many supporters view as a sign of mutual respect and affection. Some people even believe Blue admires Solange's creative approach and unique sense of style. Compared with the highly structured world of global pop stardom, Solange has often represented a more unconventional and artistic lane. Fans have suggested that Blue appreciates having that different perspective within the family. Adding to that, Tina Knowles has publicly compared Blue and Solange on several occasions. Tina has said that Blue reminds her of Solange because they share similar personality traits. According to Tina, both have a strong, independent streak, creative energy, and a confident attitude that stands out. In her view, they carry that unmistakable Knowles family spirit that refuses to blend into the background. So when people online claim that Blue cannot stand her aunt, they may be overlooking a major detail. Based on what family members have said publicly, Blue and Solange appear to share many of the same traits. In some ways, Blue seems to reflect the same independent spirit, creative mindset, and strong personality that people have long associated with Solange. At the end of the day, the real question is whether there is actually a family divide at all, or whether the internet has simply turned ordinary family dynamics into a much bigger story than they really are. Just because Blue Ivy is growing up, embracing fashion, and becoming more confident in public does not automatically mean there is conflict happening behind the scenes. It could simply be a teenager finding her own voice while receiving support from family members along the way. Of course, rumors will continue to circulate, and people will keep debating what is really going on, but without clear evidence, the truth remains known only to those inside the family. And that is exactly why this story keeps getting people talking. On one side, you have rumors claiming there is tension, jealousy, and disagreements behind the scenes. On the other side, you have years of photos, public support, and family members speaking positively about one another. The truth is that most of what people are arguing about comes from theories, not confirmed facts. What makes the situation even more interesting is that every public appearance gets picked apart. If Blue is seen standing next to Solange, fans call it proof that everything is fine. If they are not photographed together for a while, suddenly people start creating new drama. Every little detail becomes headline material. The reality is that famous families live under a microscope in a way most people never will. A simple interaction can turn into a viral debate overnight. That is especially true when the family involved includes some of the biggest names in entertainment. For now, the rumors continue, the theories keep spreading, and fans are left trying to connect dots that may not even be connected in the first place. What also keeps this conversation alive is how different Blue and Solange appear on the surface. Blue is growing up in an era where every appearance, performance, and fashion choice instantly becomes global news. Solange built her reputation by doing things her own way and often stepping outside the mainstream spotlight. Because of that contrast, some people automatically assume there must be friction between them. But having different personalities or different approaches to fame does not necessarily mean there is a feud. In many families, relatives can see the world completely differently and still have a strong bond. That part often gets lost when social media starts turning every rumor into a major controversy. Fans have also pointed out that neither Blue nor Solange has publicly spoken about any supposed conflict. Most of the claims floating around online come from speculation, anonymous sources, and people trying to interpret brief public moments. That leaves a lot of room for assumptions and misunderstandings. Until something concrete emerges, the story remains more mystery than fact. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps people watching, debating, and trying to figure out what is really happening behind the scenes. So, after looking at all the rumors, theories, public moments, and fan reactions, we are still left with one big question. Is there really tension brewing behind the scenes? Or has the internet taken a few small details and turned them into a massive family drama? On one side, there are people convinced that differences in lifestyle, fame, and family dynamics have created friction over the years. On the other side, there are plenty of examples showing support, love, and close family connections that seem to tell a completely different story. The truth is that nobody outside the family knows exactly what happens behind closed doors. Until someone directly involved speaks on it, most of the conversation will remain speculation and opinion. What do you think? Is this a real celebrity family feud waiting to explode? Or are people completely making a mountain out of a molehill? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And do not forget to leave a comment, because we want to hear your take on this whole situation. Thanks for watching!